everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Debbie. Today on my channel, we're going to be making a cinnamon coffee cake. It is a recipe that you put in the bread machine and make the dough, and then you take it out and we'll bake it off in the oven. And any of these recipes that I show you, that I do use my bread machine, you can use those recipes just the regular way if you don't have a bread machine. Just use the recipe and make it the regular way. So I hope you try some of those recipes. And if you are new here, hit the red subscribe button. I would love to have you. Give me a thumbs up as always, and hit the bell icon so you're notified of every video I upload. And this recipe does come out of an older cookbook. I think it was dated 1976, so found in a thrift store. So we're going to try it out. So stay tuned. Okay, so to make our cinnamon coffee cake, we're going to put 1 1/8 cup of warm water into our bread machine pan. And then to that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. And I just have it like that. A 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Sorry if I keep knocking the camera. There's our salt. And then to that, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar. I already have those pre-measured out. And 3 cups of bread flour. One. 2. And 3. And then we're going to be adding our yeast. Our yeast is going to be 1 1/2 teaspoons. And I'm just using a 1/2 teaspoon. So there's 1 1/2. Okay, so we're going to pop this in our bread maker. Let me pull it over. I'm going to be choosing the dough cycle. Lock it in there. It is 8. Okay, so after this is done with the dough, there's 2 things you can do. You can either take this and we're going to press it into a buttered 9x13 baking dish. You can cover it with plastic wrap and refrigerate it overnight. And then in the morning, you'll mix your topping to put on it and you'll bake it for about 30 minutes. Or if you want it right away, you're going to put it into the buttered 9x13 baking pan and we're going to let it rise and then at room temperature. And after it rises, we're going to bake it in a 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes with the streusel topping on the top. So I'll meet you back here. Okay, so my dough just went off. We're going to get it out of here. I'm going to unplug it first. Get it out. Looks good. Move that out of the way. So I have a buttered 9x13 pan, and I'm going to place it into that. Punch it down. Deflated. Get it out of here. The paddle stayed in. So we're going to press it into my pan. It might need to rest a minute. We're going to let it rest a couple minutes because it's wanting to pull away from the sides. So we're just going to let it rest here a couple minutes. And then we'll be back to finish putting it in the pan. Okay, I've let it rest a minute. Let's see if it will let me push it out and not retract back. Looks pretty good. Okay, so we're going to leave that in the pan like that. I'm going to then cover it. I'm not going to do the rise overnight in the fridge. So I'm taking a little spray and going to spray my plastic wrap. Put that over the top just in case it comes up. It won't stick to it. Wrap that over it. I'm going to cover it with a towel, and I'm going to place it over by my stove where it's warm. We're going to let it go for maybe a half an hour and see where it's at, and then we'll put our topping on and bake it. Okay, so you can see that it rose nicely, and now we're going to put our crumb topping on. So first thing we'll need is 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Then we're going to do a tablespoon of cinnamon. So a tablespoon of that. A little bit more or less. That's what makes cooking fun. Just add a little bit more or less. And then the last ingredient we'll be adding to our brown sugar and cinnamon is 2 to 3 tablespoons of melted butter. Just pour that over, mix it in. And then we're going to press that into our dough and bake it. Okay, so I think I'm just going to kind of drizzle it around. And maybe I'll spread it out a little bit. It smells wonderful. I just love the smell of cinnamon. Okay, so we're going to spread that around a little bit. Sorry if I keep hitting the camera. Okay, so I've spread it around, and we're going to pop this in a 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes. And I'll meet you back here for a taste test. Okay, here's what it looks like out of the oven. It doesn't really look like a cinnamon coffee cake to me, but it's gonna be good, I know it. So let's taste it. Okay, so I've got a piece cut. Here's what it looks like inside. Very soft. Just made a mess. Oh, wow. I do like it. This isn't really cake-like to me. It's more of a like a roll, but it's very soft, has a really good flavor, and I like it. I would make it again. Now, my sister came over and she did have a suggestion to make it be more like a coffee cake. She said maybe half the dough when it comes out, press it down in one side of the pan, and then add my cinnamon and sugar crumble there, and then put the other part of the dough on the top. Then add that cinnamon and sugar crumble also and drizzle it with the butter, and then maybe let that rise like that and then bake it off. So we'll try that next time. Thanks for the advice, sis. So until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Bye.